Hello and welcome back to another round of Pin the World. In this game I'm going to blindfold myself, take a pin, spin around and pin on the map the country that I'm going to cook a dish from. I'm going to do some research on Google and then I'm going to cook it. Apart from me not having my glasses on and not seeing anything, I'm going to blindfold myself. Maybe. Not choke to this. Pin. Giucca, xin Có chí? Đâu có? Có chí? Có chí? Có chí. Aiuto. Oh, it's in the middle of nowhere. Guess we have to do it again. Có chí? Oh, Germany. Well, this one is easy. Hold on, I need some glasses. There you are. This one's easy. Today we're going to Germany and we're going to my home country. Yay! We're back. We went shopping and we bought quite a bit of essential ingredients. Actually, it's not the day that I picked the recipe because since we're going to Germany, and to be precise, the pin ended up in southern Germany, actually in Bavaria, and my family is from Bavaria. So we're going to make something that we eat quite often at home. We're going to make Semmelknödel with, usually you use some type of roast. Most of the time it's pork or beef, and today I decided to go for venison. And in particular, since it was in special offer in the supermarket, I decided to go for some pheasant. Doesn't change a thing because the recipe is more or less the same. And we're probably going to split it up into two. So you see the link to the meat somewhere here. And now we're going to start with the Semmelknödel, the most important part of tonight. The reason why I'm not cooking the same day as the day I chose the recipes because I needed old bread rolls and it's difficult to buy old bread rolls. So I bought them and waited for 3 days and now they're old and hard and ready to be used. Knödel is a type of dumpling. You can make them in different forms, shapes and with different ingredients. The most iconic ones are Semmelknödel or bread dumplings, Leberknödel, Leberknödel, which is Semolina dumplings, Grießknödel, and you can go on. Semmelknödel is a very simple dish and it uses leftovers, basically stale bread, which is already hard. And this is specifically bread that you use for your breakfast, that's why semmel. Parsley, approximately 1 tablespoon, nutmeg, half an onion, thinly chopped, salt and pepper for seasoning, butter for frying, 1 egg, 100 milliliters of hot milk, so this we probably have to heat up again. And it might be that if the dough is sticky, you need some flour, so just in case, have it ready. Let's start with the semmel. We cut the bread rolls into dices, or dice. we heated up our milk to have it nice and hot, and we pour it on top of the semmeln. And cover it with a plate in order not to let the steam escape, because that will also help softening our bread. We will go to the onion next. So first we use a bit of butter. We melt it, and once it's melted, we add the onions. Now we add the onions. Fry them until soft. Next we add the parsley. As a kid I really did not like onions, and my grandma loved onions and she used to put them anywhere, so yeah, I did not enjoy eating salads and main dishes with at my grandma's, because I knew that she would put onions into basically everything. So I guess we're good to go. Let's check on our semmeln and how they are evolving. So let's check if they're all nice and soft. If they're not nice and soft and can't be worked, like here's a candidate, you can make it a bit smaller, tear it apart, mix it in with the others. Don't add any additional milk. What we have is enough. We don't want them to fall apart. So you see, some are still a bit resilient, whereas others are already nice and soft. So just mix them well with your hands. I'm using gloves for the simple fact that I have painted nails and I don't want to mix the nail polish with my food. And I'm wearing a peel-off base coat, so we don't want any nails stuck in the food. So looking good. Now we add the onions and the parsley that we have just fried. And we also add our egg. Crack it on top. Try to add as little shells as possible. And mix it with your hands. This is also the base for a few fillings. My grandma used to use this as base for roasted duck or roasted turkey, and as a kid I preferred this to the rest of the meat. Next we add salt and pepper and nutmeg. And we add our nutmeg. Mix it a bit. And we're ready to make the knödels. So now get your hands wet. Wash them. Dry them up until they're only moist. Take a bit of your dough. Now it's the time where you need your flour. If the dough is too sticky and sticks to your hands, you should add a bit of flour, not too much, just a bit. Make a ball. You can also make any type of shape that you want. Make it the size you want, and then place it into boiling water that is very salty. For that I'm using a ladle, placing it in, and when it comes to the top, when it rises, it's ready. Usually it takes about 10 minutes. Continue. If necessary, wet your hands again. Be careful not to have them too wet. Otherwise, the knödel might not turn out to be as good as it should be, because it gets too wet and the dough should not get wet. There you have another one. Take a ladle. If you're brave enough, you can throw it directly into the boiling water. I'm not brave enough. Continue. Oh, maybe I was brave enough. Try not to fill the pot too much because they might stick to one another and then you get a big mess, and that's not what you are aiming for. And the last one, and now we wait. And here we have our final product, our Semmelknödel. As you saw, it's not that difficult to make them, it just takes a bit of practice. And I hope you'll enjoy them with some tasty Bavarian meat. And well, you can check out my video for what I paired them with. And thanks again for joining in this episode of Pin the World, and see you again next time. Bye!